So hey y'all. All right. Okay, so let's see. S-E-X. So you've got to spell it or say it in a hushed whisper, you know, because it is a bad word. And other bad words might be vagina, penis, anus, orgasm. Oh my gosh, you know, all the words that make people uncomfortable. Well, as y'all probably saw by my hey y'all, I am not shy. I've never been uncomfortable by words that make other people uncomfortable. And I had decided at an early age that I was going to be using these terms. I was going to be an OBGYN, real focused, not so much. I was going to be an OBGYN while I was being a missionary in Africa, helping the kids who could eat for 25 cents a day, because those commercials really got me. And in the off season, I was going to be an actress, so that I could have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, because I needed everyone to know my name. So, you know, a hot mess, basically, is what I was. But I had Dr. Tamra dreams. And I wasn't obsessed with female genitalia or anything, but I felt like it was interesting. Like, we're all the same, but we're really different. And our bodies can do things, and I found that to be strange, and childbirth was fascinating, so I had questions. I'm like 11 years old, and I'm like, okay, so pregnant moms have had sex, right? Yeah, basically. None of the kids my age are doing it, because that's weird. Married people might be doing it. But then that means my parents, and that's nasty. Because, you know, they did it for me, they did it for my brother, they ain't doing it no more. Who else is, oh, church folks, because that's my life, you know, church, home, cheerleading practice, church, home. But they can't be doing it. They can't, that's inappropriate. That makes you a sinner, you're going to hell. So I'm like, all right, church folks can't be doing it, because if you are black, Southern, and raised in a Christian household, you will be abstinent until you are married. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It don't matter what they did, and you know they did it because everybody mama's 17, 18, 19 years older than them. But that's just what they tell you. Like, you have to be abstinent until you're married. No matter if you've had sensations down below. If you got questions, you better hold them to your wedding night. Not for real. So can y'all just really imagine how problematic that is? So you may not have anything that you need to compare it to. So if you've been a virgin and been abstinent, you don't really know if something's better or not. But if you get to the I do's and it's time to consummate, puzzle pieces are supposed to fit together, and you're expecting fireworks and magic, and all you feel is frustration and panic. Tragic. Won't be doing it. So I had questions. And you know they say you have not because you ask not. Amen. So I went to my mom and I said, so is having sex wrong? I just need to understand. Because Pastor Phil didn't tell us that on Sunday. And this was really problematic. Okay. Now this was problematic because my mama is super saved. No, I don't think y'all understand. So she's super saved, and you know, you hear her tell it, nobody has an S on their chest. Either you saved or you're not. You're living for Christ or you're not. Danielle, what you gonna do? And I said, well, I'm gonna just hang on to your coattails and get to heaven with you, because you know your prayers reach heaven. And she said, no, that's not how it works. And I'm like, all right, but for real, like, is the sex wrong? Because hello? And so she's like, well, let me answer your questions in this way. So I got a lesson on consecration, presenting your body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Christ. Because my mama is super saved. Amen, I see some saints in the room, praise God. But with her S on her chest, and I only give her that because she is literally the only example that I've seen that is near the cross, witnessing, visiting sick and the shut-in, living a godly life. She is basically a CHRISTIAN because she has CHRIST. Where does Saint say? In her HEART, and she would LIBEETERN. Okay, you went to Sunday school, friend. Yes, great. Okay, so with her S on her chest, that's the explanation I got. But then I'm like, okay, but what about the oral sex? You know, the other little stuff. So I'm thinking, I've seen it talked about in music, cause you know, BET Uncut. I've seen it in movies, cause I got sent out the room with how Stella got her groove back. She was doing something, where's the groove? So I'm like, all right, more questions. But what about what's really happening in my real life? And I'm like, oh, middle school romance, hide and go get it. So y'all know hide and go get it, right? No? Okay. So essentially hide and go get it is hide and go seek, but at the end, you get something. Okay? So a few years before, you know, people who I know are just playing for kisses, maybe a boob graze, you know, kind of you show me yours, I show you mine. But I knew some older kids who were playing for the head. So I'm like, okay, that's them, you know, let them go to hell on their own. I'm not doing it. But now I'm further into middle school, and there is a tall drink of water, Servando Santiago, who goes to my friend's church, and I'm trying to be where he is. So I convinced my mother to let me go with said friend to her week-long cabin experience with their youth group. So I go because he's going. And at this church youth camp, despite having chapel, Bible studies, authoritative supervision and counseling, this pubescent crowd still found a way to be fast. So there are nighttime games of hide and go get it happening at the church camp. And as I am witnessing young girls put their mouths in places, not questioning what's happening with your body parts prior to bringing them out into the grass, I'm really wondering, like, what's good? Are y'all not scared of going to hell? Did your mama say you could do this? Because I know she's super saved like mine is. Your daddy is not going to beat your butt when he find out. Does no one have these questions that I have? And I cannot go ask, because then I'm tattling and telling that y'all did it, or making it seem like I'm one of the ones who wants to do it. So now I really have questions that need answers. And it's like 99, you know, Destiny's Child is, can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? I'm singing those lyrics like I really know what that means, to hide and mask the fact that I'm in this pubescent crowd, but I'm not really in the crowd. So I go back with more questions. And I'm like, please show me. I need to see King James Version in the text, red letters so I know Jesus said it. Where does it say that the S-E-X is wrong? Especially the ones with your mouth. Did nobody? I don't understand. I don't understand. And is nobody scared? I mean, because, you know, flavor condoms are as far-fetched as the Easter Bunny, but did nobody listen when they told us about the hips a couple years before? Like, that's what's on my mind, is the picture in the book about the, okay, maybe not. So I had no answers because my mama is super saved. So this conundrum kind of continued into my high school years, into my collegiate career, where I was finding myself approaching the questions about sexual behavior a little bit more from an educational construct and less from that goal of a practitioner perspective. This has kind of continued into my adulthood, because I'm a whole adult now. $31.99 plus tax, bills come in my name, but I still had questions. So I'm trying to find answers to these questions. This has continued into my PhD chronicles. Y'all pray for me because I'm yet still struggling. And I've continued this on as I have found myself in the role of an answer giver as opposed to an answer seeker. So at this point in my life, I am implementing educational programming to teens to answer their questions so that they are not lost at camp as I was. I'm implementing sexual health education, thank you, teens in my county, often at faith-based organizations, and answering their questions. I encourage them to say the word sex. I say it now freely and uninhibited. It is not a bad word. I make sure that they understand that I am their trusted adult. They can find another one, but I'm bomb.com. And I can answer those questions and ensure that they have safe space, that if they're seeking further information, they can receive that. They can express their wills and wants in relationships or in hide-and-go-get-it games or whatever that may be. And as I further this journey of sexual health and questioning, I try to make sure that everybody else understands that I am still black, still Christian, still Southern, still unmarried, pray for that too. Not an OBGYN, but still passionate about question seeking and answering. And according to Ricky Bobby, the 8-pound, 6-ounce savior of the world still fools with your girl.